that works. It gives her support, and I can move around it and do all sorts of things. So always carry with you a small towel, a couple of small towels, not just one, okay? One of the things that I wanted to look at with you now is to get you working into the trigger point of the infraspinatus. So did you all get a chance to feel where that is on yourself? Okay. So it's a definite ouch point on most people. How are you feeling with that? Sore? Okay, it's sore. I'm on it. I can feel it. Come closer and you can see. So as I move across there, you can see I've got a lovely ridge there. And I'm just going to feel into where it hurts most. Is that it? Yeah. Now, I can kind of sense that she doesn't need a lot of pressure in here. So with this particular trigger point, I've just got my middle finger on it. I'm going to reinforce my fingers and I'm going to press down into that. How does that feel, Leo? Already? My God, I'm good. By the way, an awful lot of trigger points are actually acupressure points as well. So if you get into acupuncture, then you'll find that a lot of the points are the same. So another way to work that point, if I wanted a little bit more pressure, would be the reinforced thumb. Yeah? Nice? Easy? Easy? Good. So I want you to look at the trigger points that are on the sheet and have a little bit of a go at some of those points. So we're going to go for the piriformis now. Now, if I'm working into the piriformis, I might use, because she's so slight, I might only need my thumb, but I might also use my my forearm, okay? Now with the forearm work, and again I'm going to be guided by her. How's that feel? Sore? Yeah, okay. With the forearm work, the elbow work, again, it's a bit like the same, the placement of the elbow. Nice flat to start with. When I know I'm in the right place, and I can see by her eyes now. Did you see that? Okay. Then I'm going to gradually bring that into a point. You still okay? I'm bringing it into a point, but I see how I have my hand really nicely positioned. So I'm not slipping anywhere. I'm working down into that point. My shoulder is above that elbow. And I'm only going to gently increase the pressure there. And that comes from where? Where does my pressure come from?
Legs.
Thank you. So it's going to be a gentle sinking. I would say it's a sinking into that point rather than a pressure into that point. Be very, very aware that you can hurt someone. How's that feel? Has it gone off or are you still?
It hurts.
Okay. And breathe into that. How much does it hurt?
How much? 3.
3?
Yeah.
She's Are we all right? I'm going to ease it. Okay. So you can play with some of those points in the position that this person is in. We've already worked into these trapezius points, yes, with the ball. So you might want to try a little bit of fingertip pressure in there. You might want to come down onto the upper points here. So with that sheet I've given you, just try some of the points and see how they feel, always with huge awareness, okay? Huge awareness. Now if you look on your sheet, you've got the QL as well. You've got the Quadratus lumborum. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about how to mobilize somebody, okay? So if I, for instance, just bring your knees right up. Right. I'm going to just use her hip. Watch what I'm doing. I've got my hand on her hip. I've got my knuckles on this side of the spine, okay? And what I'm doing is pushing. I'll do it one at a time. I'm pushing with my whole body so that it's making her rock there. I'm going to bring my knuckles in there, and then I'm going to actually just mobilize around the spine like that. Got that? Do you want me to do that again? So however I'm going to move her hip, I needed to move further down to get that movement a bit more. I'm actually going to use one hand there, one hand there, and I can move up her spine in that way. She's easy because she's so light. Now that's working into a relaxed muscle. I'm actually causing that concertina, so it actually relaxes this area, mobilizes this area. Another way I could work is to come onto her hip and to actually work the other way, all right? Even more so if I get her to just straighten that top leg for me. That's it. I might even get her to straighten that top leg and work. I'm working onto the iliac crest, that's better. I'm mobilising the lower, now we've got the couch moving now, because of course it would. So you can do all sorts of mobilising up the spine. It's that same rocking movement that you already know, but you're going to need to feel how different it is on the side position. Then what we've done is this nice hooked in there, 1, 2, 3 point rotation of the shoulder. And some of you I've shown, if you grab on top of the shoulder and you pull down, you've then got access to do a nice stretch on the neck. Yeah? And you can work into the neck a little bit more. You can come right up into the occiput. So I would think about where I want to be to do the different. I might do a stretch this way. Okay? So a lot of this is actually just feeling your way around each person you're working on. What's going to be a good position to do something? I can't reach her from here. Can't reach that. What else? So, and then we've mobilised the shoulder. We've mobilised the shoulder that way, and also we were looking at how you can stretch through from here. Now remember those lovely bouncing movements that we had? There's another word for that. So you can get lots of that moving. Can you see what's happening in her body? Okay, you get lots of movement going. And if I want to, I might strain, counter strain. I might pull here and twist out there. See the potential of this stuff? It's rather nice, isn't it? Particularly when you have someone very little.
Would that position be okay for pregnant women, like doing all that mobilisation?
Some of it would be okay and some of it won't.
Just depends on.
Yeah, the other thing you have to think about with someone who's pregnant is as they develop in their pregnancy, what happens to their joints?
They soften.
They soften. Why do they soften?
So that the hips can get wider. So
Yeah, so you're actually needing to think about the stability in that at that time. So, working with pregnancy, there are courses on pregnancy massage for that reason, because each stage of pregnancy has its own issues, and you need to be a little bit more careful. So this kind of work is someone who is really fit, healthy, mobile, but you can soften that. I can do just a little. I can make it a very big, gross movement, or I can make it a very small, tiny movement. So with this in mind, where was I? Anything is possible. So would you like to just try some of these things? Some of you were putting a hand behind the back like this. You can, if someone's nice and flexible there. Can you see how easy that was for her? And because that's easy for her, I can actually use my fingers and come under the shoulder blade and move her shoulder onto that. So I've got really, I'm right under in the subscapularis. But another way of doing that is, come this way for me, Ria. I'm going to have to get you right over this side. See, I can't reach her otherwise. But you can put that there and pull rather than, yeah. It's lovely. It's lovely. Now sometimes you don't need to hold it, but sometimes you do. So that's another way of working. Yeah. So I can move here, look. You see this way? Now I've got her nearer to me, I can actually move the spine the other way. So now I'm on the other side of her spine and I'm going to counter strain into that. I can get into the Quadratus lumborum. On this side would be easier. That side would be easier. If I'm going to do it the other way, I'll probably come down onto it. So if she was further back, I'm sorry to keep moving you, Rio, but this is what happens, okay? You decide what you can do with the body that you have on the couch and your physical ability, and when you need to move them so that you can do something else, you need to move them. So it's no good trying to stretch right over a couch and do something that strains your body. You have to actually get them in position. So if I want to work with Quadratus lumborum, then basically that's nice and relaxed on that Quadratus lumborum, and I'm going to come down into it. So remember, the Quadratus lumborum is the muscle that actually shortens your waist. So it's in between the ribs and the iliac crest, and you're going to come down onto it. Come round, because I'm going to show you. Can I just get to your skin? Can I get to your skin? Yes, I can get to your skin. Okay. So where you have the spine, you have the erectors next to the spine, yes? And for some people, you'll see there's a big rope. The actual Quadratus lumborum, you need to come out a little bit further and down into. Now there's some lovely little trigger points. There's one there. You all right in that? Yeah. That hurt? Yeah. Sure? Okay. There's something there. So you're going to come down onto it that way. And again, that kind of mobilizing works that. Or you can stretch it the other way. Am I giving you too much? Tell me. Too much? You can stretch using your forearms, for instance. And if you take the arm up over the head, you've got this lovely hook on the, I'm kind of on the gluteus medius there, and I'm just under the shoulder, and then I can stretch that way too. So you can try all those things. Whatever you want to try. This is for you to kind of experiment with a little bit more. I mean, she's lovely to work with. She's just so easy. I could just spend all day rolling her body around and stretching her, and you know, it's easy. It's easy. But imagine now if I had a 6'4" man who is, you know, sort of 16 stone. Imagine now I've got that. What can I do? Is it the same? Can I do the same techniques? I can actually, but slightly different. Shall we look at it?
Yeah.
Right, let's get you up.
I think Kevin should get on to
Kevin?
Yeah, I'll have some, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, who said that?
I said,
Thanks, Joe.